YouTube, it's Brother Dennis. And peace and blessings to you. As always, I like to first start by giving God all the glory for another day, another new beginning, another shot at life, and just for being blessed for the little things. Being able to have electricity, being able to open a refrigerator and get food out, being able to drive my car, ride here and there safely. The small things that we overlook, we need to be grateful for. So today I'm extremely thankful and extremely grateful, and I wanted to do the race 4 update. I'm also extremely tired. I just haven't had any energy lately. I don't know what it is, and I wanted to wait for the combine results to actually be final before I made a video because I didn't want to give up the wrong facts. So I actually have my tablet here with the Bing Zine pulled up. So I can't remember everything, it's byproduct of hitting my head real hard in an accident. So race 4, which is our club race 4, but combine race 3. So we had a club race before the combine started. We did an extra club race so we could get an extra race in. So we'll have the AU, so all of our birds will be eligible for AU awards also. You have to have so many races a season, and I think the minimum is 7. And since our last race is a special race, the North Carolina Young Bird Cup, it's not going to count as, even though it's technically race 7. It is race 7, but technically it's only race 6 when the AU is concerned. So we had to do an extra club race just so our club birds could be eligible for any AU awards, like champion bird or whatever. So however that works. So that's the way it's explained to me, and that's the reason why we did an extra club race. And plus the guys on our club like to race, so we like to get up to 10 races a year. I know with gas prices and all that type of stuff, the reason why we don't do 10 races, if you're asking, is because it makes the transportation fees high, and most people in the club are elderly and on fixed incomes. I'm elderly and on a fixed income. So all right, so race 4, combine race 4, or race 3. Combine race 3 was my race. We're just gonna call it race 4. All right, so race 4, because that's what I got in the title. So race 4 was from Pooler, Georgia, 290 miles to Arloft, so more like 230 to the Fayetteville area. And it was a very competitive race, and I say a very fair race. So 21 lost, 249 birds. We basketed 6. I showed you the 6 that we basketed. And unfortunately, we did not get 100% returns. We got 5 out of 6. So we lost a bird. All right. Our club did very well. So congratulations to Brandon. He finished first. He basketed 1 bird, and he finished first in the club, first in the combine. So congratulations to Brandon. He had a training accident where some of his birds didn't come home. He only had like 5 or 6 birds to begin with. And I think he lost 1 or 2 the first race. And then he had an accident where like 2 or 3 of his birds didn't come home. And one wasn't feeling well or didn't look right. So he ended up basketing 1 bird. And not only did he win the club, he won the combine with 1 bird. And it was a fairly fair race. And what I mean by that was the headwind was 6 miles. It said it was a north wind for 6 miles. And 6-mile headwind. And what I mean by fair race, if like the Fayetteville club, all except for me and Joe and Gabe, we're long, but most of them guys live in the Fayetteville area. That's why it's called the Fayetteville Club. So once one of them got birds, they all started getting birds. And then the Cameron Club the same way. Once one of their birds clocked, all the birds started clocking. Then once the RDU Club, once their birds, because they're in the Raleigh-Durham area, once their birds started clocking, they all started clocking. So, and then when me and Joe birds started clocking, they started clocking together. So it was like the birds were arriving at their loss around the right time they were supposed to, right? So congratulations. So I think it was a fair race. It was a tough race because a lot of birds didn't make it. I think 249 birds were basketed, and I think only 100, let me see. 164 birds were clocked. So 164 birds were clocked. So out of 249, so like 60% returns, maybe something like that. Lost 100 birds or missing 100 birds. They didn't clock. So I lost one. So congratulations to Joe. Joe finished second, which was my mentor. So let me get back to that first page. So Joe finished second, third, and fourth. Joe. So Brandon had one bird. He finished first. Certified Family Loft. Congratulations to Brandon. Congratulations to Joe, who actually finished second in the club, second in the combine. Who, you know, we're in this. So he had the second, third, and fourth place. So and he had like sixth place also. So yeah. So we only had one bird that really finished well, and that was old Broke Leg, right? Mrs. Consistent. I gotta get her a new name. What a testimony that bird has, right? That bird is had a leg broken as a baby, as a youngster, while settling her leg ended up broken. And I was told like to color, or this is what I was told. I was told that I watched a video, and a very experienced pigeon flyer was like, normally one's young race pigeons experience trauma, like a hawk attack, a broken wing, a broken leg, sickness, canker, coccidia. Once they get sick and they battle back, they never really reach their full potential. So they have like a handicap basically, or they don't never really turn out, right? So old Broke Leg, you know, she's been hanging in there. Like, she hasn't been setting the world on fire, but here lately, in training, I mean, she wasn't setting the world on fire. But man, let me tell you, Broke Leg has a testimony, because Broke Leg is hanging in there with a broke leg. Her leg isn't broken anymore. I tried to splint it, and I didn't really do a good job. And so I just took it off. I left her. I let God's will be done. I left her in the loft with everybody else. I didn't separate her. She held her own. She got better. She loves to fly. She's been flying well. And I guess I said all that to say this. She finished third, y'all, in the club. Third in the combine. That's right. So we finished third loft, not third bird. Like I said, she finished fifth. She was actually the fifth overall bird. So she finished 5. But as far as the lofts go, you see it. I don't know if you can see it, but you see Certified, Lily's Loft, then New Beginning Loft. For those that, this is Benzing Live, and then you can see the top 5 or 7 spots, whatever, right there. You can see that Certified Family, Lily, and then New Beginning, and then Lily again. So our club did very well. And then Ruben finished in the top 10 also. He had 8 and 9 bird. And then some of the other lofts finished in there. So as far as all our other birds went, let's go by Fancier. All right, so here's by Fancier. It shows you on here by Fancier, right? I'm third. So our loft, we finished third. Like I said, I thought it was a very fair race. It shows we only have 4 birds clocked, but actually we had a second. I evaluated that evening, and then I had a bird return the next day. So it's not on here. It's only 4 birds clocked, but that bird it actually returned. So that bird did make it back, and so we're down to 8 birds. We're down to, it's hot, man. It's kind of hot. It's muggy, I guess. I don't know. I was just doing some chores. I'm just tired. I don't know. It's just, to God be the glory, though. You know, for at least I don't want to murmur and complain. So to God be the glory. Yeah, guys, this is for my man in the comments. I'm sorry. I've been tired. I haven't been feeling well. I didn't get the video out a little earlier. It is Wednesday, and I think the combine just went final Tuesday because there was a lot of birds missing or whatever. Plus, there's a lot of work to, some people don't have live. You got to wait for them to evaluate or bring their clocks in and get them dumped in the club and all that. And a lot of these guys are older guys. So it takes time. So the video took a little time. I wanted to be accurate. I wanted to make sure that I didn't say I was third or fifth or eighth, and then I really wasn't. I didn't want to be, you know, that guy. You know what I mean? To not lie intentionally, but to be giving out misinformation. And guys, misinformation. There's like 65% of the people watching my videos not subscribed, and we're close to the 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe and like the video and leave a comment. Leave a comment. Help the channel grow, because that channel is therapy for me. But eventually, if we can monetize the channel and get like super chats and things like that, then people can donate and help the birds. Because, you know, I got to go pick up some bird food now. It's like $180, my order. And yeah, I just, it'd just be nice to accomplish, to have a channel that's 1,000. I'm not gonna let subscribers. That's like, when I first started YouTube, I didn't even think about that. I was just doing it because I talked to my psychiatrist, and I thought it was best because I really don't have a lot of family I confide in. So I thought it was like YouTube was a good outlet. So we started it. I started it as a form of therapy, and you know, my wife encourages me and everything. And yeah, man. So y'all guys go back and look at all the new beginning or the new videos in the beginning when it was high anxiety. I started out as high anxiety channel. My name of my channel was High Anxiety. Bullies were dogs, and then balls, because I was going to get into ball pythons to help, like, you know, with a hobby. I was almost there to get into ball pythons. My wife don't like snakes, so I got to compromise. Okay, well, what about pigeons? And she didn't want pigeons either, but you guess what? She loves them now, and the chickens. So to God be the glory. Yeah, so let me get off of here real quick, but before I go, thanks to all my subscribers I do have, all like 912 or 15 or whatever it is. I appreciate you for sticking in there. I appreciate all the comments. It helps man. I light up when I see the comments and the subscribers, new subscriber, man. It just brings joy to my face. I got haters too, but that's fine. Everybody does. They killed Jesus. Don't tell nobody, but Jesus had haters. They killed him. They killed Jesus. So, you know, they killed him, and his heart was full of love. Imagine what, like, people would do to me. You know what I mean? So, here we go. Without further ado, so we finished 5th overall, which was Broke Leg. Blackie, he finished 77. I was a little disappointed in my Bane the Pain, or whatever I call him, Mr. Cameraman, who likes turning the camera off and scratching my eyes out. He finished 89. He finished 11th last week, but you know what they said, we had a favorable win. It was an easy race, but this race wasn't easy. This race was very competitive, very good race, and we even did better. We finished 5th bird, 3rd off. So we did good. So now when you do it like 2 weeks in a row, now it's expectation time. Now we're starting to, like, man, we got to keep it going. We got expectations to fulfill. I got a lot going on. I just banded 2 little babies over there. I had 2 of my old birds. I got them in the same coop. I need another coop. I don't have enough space. It's one of the reasons why this channel will help me out, because I really don't have the strength to build a coop and to buy one, like a shed and all that. That's a couple thousand, man. So hopefully this channel can help some of the load with these animals. But anyway, because I love my animals, man. I do. I kind of, only regret is I got into it too late, after I was dealing with a whole bunch of issues, personal issues, health issues, mental issues, stuff like that. But if I would have got into this earlier in life, when I was, you know, younger, a lot more stronger physically and mentally and financially, and who knows. But let me give a shout out to Tommy Tack Young. No, you did not win the combine. No, you didn't come 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. But I still gonna give you a shout out, because Tommy gave me the parents to Broke Leg. When I raced last year, I really didn't have any good breeders. I ain't gonna take that back. Adrian P sent me a pair of breeders, and then I had got some breeders from Mike from Rocky Ridge, had bought some, but I couldn't, like, when I call people, they want 1,000 for a cock, 1,000 for a hen, this and this and that. So I acquired the birds that I could afford. And there's levels to this game. Tommy's been racing for a long time. Tommy does not sell birds. At least that's what he told me. He does not sell his birds. People call him all the time trying to buy his birds. He does not sell his bloodlines. He keeps his birds for his own personal use. He enjoys pigeon racing, but he doesn't do it for a profit. He doesn't one-off race, and he doesn't sell birds. But last year, Tommy brung the last race of the year. Tommy brung as a member. He watched me race the whole year. Then in the last race, he said, because you stuck it out the whole year, I want to help you out. Here, let me give you some breeders. He gave me 4 pairs of breeders. He gave me one older cock with a diploma-winning hen, and was like, look, this is a top pair of breeders right here. You're going to get good birds off this breeder. He's already produced champion after champion for my loft. Matter of fact, half my loft, or a quarter of my loft, got cocks and hens. The bloodline is directly off this male. I call him Grandpa. And he gave me a hen to go with it. He also gave me 3 other pair of birds that he was racing as old birds, and that he didn't have room in his stock loft no more, and he had to make room for his younger birds that he was racing at. So every year he can only keep so many birds on his old bird team, only so many birds in his stock loft, and then he's got a bunch of birds left. So they have to go other places, right? So he gave me and Larry and a couple other guys who were starting out, who these birds would become an upgrade to their loft, which it did. It upgraded my loft. And it gave me access to blood that is proven and that other people don't have. And I don't need a paper to say it's Gannett or it's, Black Pearl or whatever the bloodline, Black Power, whatever the bloodlines are. All I need to know is it came from Tommy, and Tommy wins week in and week out. And if it's good enough for Tommy to race, then I need it in my loft. And that's where Broke Leg came from. Her mother and father are in my breeding loft. And Broke Leg is a Tommy Tachyon bird bloodline. So I want to give a shout out to Tommy Tachyon, to Mr. Wayne Hale, to James. Sorry about the Indiana Hoosier, buddy. Sorry you didn't win. Sorry your birds didn't win on that one. I seen your video. I liked it because he helped me acquire blood. Those guys, Wayne, Mr. Wayne, Tommy, James, Curtis from Air Champ Lofts, Adrian P., Tom Barnhart from Barnhart Lofts. Those guys helped me get bloodlines to help me get started where I didn't have to start 5 years later than everybody with raggedy birds. I did go to Mike from Rocky Ridge and got some birds from him. And the birds he sold me were exactly what he sold. He told me exactly what I was getting. And I was getting starter birds, and that they would be good for a little bit, but I would soon, upgrade. And that's what I'm doing. I'm upgrading. I got Mr. Garland Evans. I think his name is Ed Evans. He retired, and he donated a bunch of breeders. So I got 5 pair from him, who with outstanding bloodlines. He's been racing like the Gulf Coast Classic, I think it was, for like 40 years or whatever it is. He was a member in the Fayetteville Club in the 70s. So he's been around a long time, and he just got rid of all of his stock. And I got some birds from him through my club, but directly from him. So we are going to be, like, our expectation level is starting to go up. Okay? Our expectation level is starting to go up. With that being said, you see how people are helping me? That's why I have this channel. That's why it's important to subscribe and like and comment so this channel can get out there so I can help other people. That's my function. If you need breeders, they might not be the greatest in the world, but I started with them. I can send you a couple breeders. I can send you a couple young birds if you're starting a loft, if you're serious in the spring, this year coming up, because I'm going to breed some birds for myself. And the same birds I'm racing, I send to Joe. Same birds I send to One Loft Race. I want to try to improve this channel so I could send some birds to One Loft races. If people want to sponsor, if you can't have pigeons where you live at, you live in an apartment like I did or whatever, but you want to be involved in pigeon racing and you want to help, like, send birds to races, like, you can either purchase the bird and send it yourself and pay the fees, or we could be partners or whatever, because I've seen other people like James doing it, and their guys are other established, and I understand that nobody's really going to mess with me until I start winning, so that's why I'm trying to win. And I'm trying to tell you where my birds come from. So anybody telling you I got birds from the Walmart parking lot, you know, my birds might end up at the Walmart parking lot, but they don't start from the Walmart parking lot. That's an inside joke. Joe's know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll tell you. We do a lot of training from the Walmart parking lot in Fayetteville. The other day, Joe went down there to release our birds. He's seen a bunch of clankers running around, or feral birds. He happened to look down, and one of the birds was mine. Because he recognized the band number in the blue. I put a snap band on it, and it was running around with the clankers down there. I lost that bird on my very first race, our club race. I lost that bird, and that bird is now living at Walmart. So, hey, you can't win them all, right? I just want to make the video. I want to give it a shout out. I can't say your name, your YouTube name right, but B Morpo or something like that is the guy who said that he wanted to know how I did it this week. So we're encouraged. We're encouraged. We finished third, loft, fifth overall, and yeah, other birds didn't do that well, but they made it home. Five of them made it home. 4 of them. Well, we finished 77 and 89 out of 250 birds, and 133, and 2 did not finishes. Or did not place. 1 did not finish. One I turned the clock off. But it did better than the other, like 165, I think I said, is the amount of birds that clocked was 165. So it did at least 165, 166, right? Because it came home out of 249. So, hey, you know, we're encouraged, man. We're encouraged. It was a north wind. And I live the furthest, and I live out here west or east by myself. I don't have nobody pulling birds. So to me, you know, so Broke Leg, man, Broke Leg's motivated. Broke Leg's getting it done, man. I hope maybe, you never know, man. You never know what's going to happen this week. It's supposed to be a tough win this week. So we'll see. Let me get Broke Leg for y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just babbling, man. That's what I do, man. I apologize, man, I shouldn't have to apologize for having brain damage. Shouldn't have to apologize for being mentally disabled or mentally handicapped. But let me see if I can find Broke Leg real quick. I'm pretty sure Broke Leg is a hen. So this is Broke Leg right here. Band number. Y'all want to see? I want to see if I can get it on there. And number right there, 256 Fayetteville. Can y'all see it? I don't want to give her make all the blood rush to her brain, but trust me when I tell you, it's band number 24, 256 is Broke Leg. My girl, I'm proud of this little girl because she has a broke leg. People look back and look at my other videos. This is Broke Leg. It's a blue bar, right? Say hi to the people, Broke Leg. Yeah, I think she's a hen. She's on her 8th flight is right there. You can see it, short on both wings, the same way. So this is our 5th place finisher in the combine. She got us 3rd loft. And she finished either 12th or 13th last week. She finished 13th last week. And this race coming up this week is the same race station from last week. Let me see how her balance is. Can y'all see her balance? Is that how the guys do it? They spread it out and go like that, the balance. I don't know, guys. I'm new to this. I'm excited. And I want to be encouraging. I want to be encouraging to everybody else. If Broke Leg can do it with somebody like me as the fancier. This is Tommy Tachyon bloodline. Small to medium hen. Really light and buoyant. And loves to come home. And I'm sorry. Yep. I'm going to pray for you. Pray for me. Stay encouraged. God loves you.